Hi guys, and welcome to week 11 in our writing series. So let's get started this week. Last week, you looked at those phrases for giving an opinion in your first draft, and then you practiced using those phrases in a paragraph. So hopefully your essay has got some really nice language in it now for giving an opinion, right? And in the before writing activity, hopefully you did that short quiz where you identified the sentences that did not support the main idea. Because in this week's lesson, that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be looking closely at our supporting details, examples, explanations, and hopefully supporting our opinion better. So let's get started by looking again at Sheikh Khalfan's essay on happiness. And we're just going to be looking at the third body paragraph this week. And the first thing I want you to do is identify the main idea of the paragraph. Did you find it? That's right. It's here in the topic sentence, that first sentence of the paragraph, which gives us this main idea that we can only be happy if we live in the present and not some faraway future. All right, so we've looked at this already, so let's go a little bit deeper now into Sheikh Khalfan's paragraph here and see which of these methods does Sheikh Khalfan use to persuade his readers that his opinion is correct. So again, Sheikh Khalfan is trying to get me and you, the reader, to agree with this opinion that we can only be happy if we live in the present. And he uses these three methods. And let's see if we can find them. So the first thing we're going to look for is if sentences. Can you find any? That's right, there they are. So we have an if sentence here as our topic sentence. If we live in the present and not some faraway future, we can be happy. And then he uses two more if sentences here at the end. Now, next week, we're going to be looking only at our if sentences in our paragraph or in our essays to make sure that we're using those correctly with the correct grammar. And we're going to be talking more about why we use if sentences and what they mean and how they're used. But for this week, we know that we use an if sentence to give advice or to talk about the result of an action or the consequence of an action. So if we want to be happy, we must see and enjoy the wonderful things in our lives right now. So for this to happen, this needs to happen. So again, we're going to talk about that more next week. But he uses these if sentences to help us understand his opinion, right? Now, the next thing we're going to look for is explanation of this main idea. Can you find it? That's right, it's right there in the middle, where he's explaining how you can work really hard to achieve those goals in the future, but then we feel empty and disappointed. We're unhappy. So he is explaining why living in the future maybe is not a way to be happy. And then let's see, the last bit here, he uses some examples right there. Yeah, it's the last bit. And he gives an example about how people think they'll be happy when they graduate, they get a job or money or married, and then they spend their whole life waiting for happiness. So this is examples of how people are not happy if they're only thinking about the future. So in this paragraph, we can see that Sheikh Khalfan uses three different methods to support his main idea. So there are some other methods we can use as well, and we're going to be exploring those more in the coming videos. But some other things we can do is, for example, definitions. So most people define happiness as a feeling of joy or laughter. So I'm defining what is happiness, right? Another method we can use is numbers and statistics. Studies show 78% of people report feeling happy after spending time with family and friends. I made this number up. It's not real. I don't know, but it does support my opinion about spending time with family and friends makes us feel happy. And then finally, we can use personal stories. Again, it's my own opinion. So I could use a story about after spending the afternoon with my friend, I felt happier.